What's the simplest thing that makes you happy? Dogs. Just dogs. Dogs wagging their tails. Barking dogs. Small dogs, big dogs. Happy dogs. Sad dogs. Fluffy dogs, short-haired dogs. Dogs. But, the best dog? A howling dog. There's something about my GSD howling that just melts my heart into a happy bliss. It's so sad and longing but passionate. Like someone holding the last note in the Star-Spangled Banner. Early morning cartoons with my daughter. Just a hi from my friends. I don't have any friends, laugh descends into crying. Tapping and holding circles on my phone in time with music. A brand new chainsaw chain. Imaginary friends. Sleeping. Getting a fat tip at work. Ferns. When I was a toddler in NYC, I spent a lot of time at the Museum of Natural History. When we moved to the burbs and I saw actual forests, I realized that the ferns I saw were the same as the ones in all the dinosaur exhibits, and had been around since before the dinosaurs. I decided that they were my favorite plant, and to this day when I see a fern, I think soft dinosaur plant and smile to myself. It's a good thing they're everywhere. Long phone calls and plants. Someday I will have a big garden and 2 cats, maybe 1 dog to follow me while taking a walk. That's what I used to do when visiting my family. Seeing my girlfriend every day I wake up and get home from work. That and when my stepson tells me he loves me and or hugs me. Cat in the lap. Waking up so I get another day to make the best of it. Peeling my socks off after work and lightly scratching my shins. Pure unadulterated bliss. Making people laugh. I have moments when I feel completely down on myself, like just not necessarily self-hatred but just uncomfortable with myself, but then I'd cry. But when I go to work and make a coworker laugh, I feel okay about myself for a couple minutes. Just being alone. I've had enough company to last 80 lifetimes. I just want a little while by myself sometimes. Not answering someone's questions, queries or troubles. Silence. A nice cold beer after a long day at work. Grace. When I squeeze the bottle of dish soap and bubbles come out. My son smiling at me. Taking a really nice dump. One of those long overdue dumps. One of those dumps that make you feel like there's a void in the middle of your body. I guess it's more than just the dump itself. I guess is really about having time to really void or vacate your bowels, cause this shit out here so crazy. A hashtag Giga can't even take a shit in peace. A weekend with absolutely no plans. Being told I did a good job. Even though it's not obligated from people I do like being congratulated on things that are out of my normal routine. Hoovering. A sunset on a warm summer day. My snake, Mo.E's the best little joy in my life. A donut with pink frosting and sprinkles. Hearing my son's breathing or snoring from the next room while he sleeps, or seeing the funny positions he's fallen asleep in. He's going to be 20 now, but it still feels comforting and safe somehow, the same way it did when he was little. And his laugh. He has this abrupt laugh that sounds surprised and becomes a bigger laugh. Love it every time. When my game runs smoothly. Cracking open a soda and taking a long first swig. A perfect cup of tea or coffee, and a newspaper crossword puzzle. It's how I start every day, and I wouldn't change it for the world. My girlfriend's smile. My daughter telling me about the Dream SMP. I don't have the slightest idea who Tommy in it, Rambo or Slimesicle are, but she loves the whole thing, and when she comes galloping through to the front room, laughing her head off to tell me about something that's happened, it always makes me happy because she enjoys it so much and wants to share it with me. I thoroughly enjoyed a dramatic reading of How to Protect Yourself Against an Ostrich. It was rather silly. A dog smiling at me as I walk by. Dreaming about my crush. I'm too fucking loser to get her. My dog's existing. Being the right temperature. New socks. Feel so good. New socks. Babies smiling. Wow, I've been thinking for the last 45 minutes and still couldn't come up with anything. I cannot think of anything that makes me happy. Is that normal? Or am I fucked up? Cats and courteous people. The smell of fresh ground coffee. Innocence. Kind, sincere, nice small talk with non-close people. Life. Walking in the door from work and my 8-year-old daughter tackles me with love. Best feeling ever. Taking a nap with my 4-year-old. Black iced coffee every morning. Nothing compares to that delightful black gold. The sunset and the night sky, such a beautiful sight. Getting home at a reasonable time after work. Tech. Lots of it. A 75c soft serve cone from McDonald's. My dogs. My homemade tuna fish sandwich. A quick handy jellyfish. Warm laundry from the dryer. A phone call. Doesn't have to be long, but knowing someone cares enough to call to ask how you are. Getting to hear about their day or them wanting to hear about yours. Just nice to know someone thought of you. Sitting down after a long day and smoking a bowl, playing video games, and listening to a podcast or audiobook. Caring about my environment, really. You know that detail flaw in your house that gives you the smallest annoyance every day? Change it. For me it was my phone charger. By simply buying a longer one I made myself happier. If it gets in your way every single day, it's not small. When someone likes my Goodreads update. Hot slice of fresh pizza from the Sicilian place next door at the end of the week. Rain. Or when it's about to rain. Waking up on my day off without an alarm clock and getting a coffee. Seeing siblings enjoying each other's company. When you just got settled in bed ready for sleep, it starts to rain. Love sleeping to the pitter-patter of raindrops. Seeing my dog after a long day of school makes me very happy. How he shakes his whole bum when I open the door. Seals, like, my BFF and I once watched some seals for an hour, maybe longer. Whenever I come over my friend's place and she cooks STH for me, just BC, I may have mentioned it a while ago, and she would whip out a whole meal just for me. I like martial arts practice. Particularly hitting things with long sword. Holding hands. Looking at puppies. Clean sheets and shower. Riding in the train, in Europe. Sunsets. Talking to parents. Hard drugs. /s. Sunrises. A girl's smile when I walk past them. Sitting in the sunroom on my day off, taking my time eating breakfast and drinking coffee to start the day. Little kids, man, they are just too sweet. Genuine, innocent smiles from other people. For a moment it makes me forget all the atrocious madness around us. When you get home after a long day at work, and maybe it rains or something on your way home, and you just sink into the couch and cover up in a blanket and put on something fun to watch on the TV. My wife in shorty shorts. Some big damage numbers when I'm playing RPG games. Be it Dungeons and Dragons when I'm exploding everything with Divine Smites, or Genshin Impact when I deal 100k damage my first time. Most mornings my wonderful greyhound bonks me with her forehead when it's time for me to get up. That's great. This morning she plopped down next to me on the bed and put her head on my chest, staring at my face. That was amazing. When my grumpy cat chooses to sit with me in my chair. The sound of a pencil on paper, the smell of soap, mixing paint colors, bright colored nail varnish, peanut butter on toast, pets, warm, fluffy blankets. Naps. I'm a pretty tough, manly man. I drive trucks, drink whiskey, and absolutely melt at the smell of vanilla. Hummingbirds, Dr. Pepper, cream soda, a cool overcast day with a slight breeze, 4 leaves, because where I grew up didn't have any, my cats, whiskey and pumpkin, and the late rye. When I tell my dog that grandma is on the way over and she gets super excited and sits by the window to wait for her. A really good taco. Sunsets. Pure happiness. A good book. Just finished Phantom of the Opera. Good stuff. The smell of rain, especially after a hot day. Looking out at a body of water. All I need. Ocean, lake, river, creek, strong storm, makes me feel content. Wanking. When you first submerge in a hot bath and your body just gets that feeling of warmth wash from the top of your head to the tip of your toes. It's so relaxing and comforting that all the tension in my body just evaporates, even if just for the entirety of the bath. My dog rubbing his head on me. Seeing the innocence of children, they have no concept of bills, money, stress, they're just happy and smiling all the time. Food. Cats. Whatever what they are doing, it's cute and funny. A truly, sincere hug. Being able to eat very little and not thinking about food. Ice cream. The sounds of helicopters. One of my favorites being the UH-1 Iroquois.